Howdy Huskies, it's Miss Trendell, and I'm coming live from my super messy office. I'm sorry. But, so I'm here because I want to recommend a book, and that book is Shadow and Bone. It's by Leigh Bardugo. I'm horrible at names. I'm so sorry. But I want to recommend this book because I absolutely loved it. It's part of a series, so there's a bunch of other books that go along with it. And so it's called the Grisha Trilogy, so there's 3 books that you can read in it. And I love something that's already kind of completed, so that way you can read one and then keep going. What I love about this book is that it's a science fiction book, fantasy book actually, fantasy more I'd say than science fiction, but it creates its own world, and it's about Grishas. And so Grishas are people that have control of something. So they can either control like the wind or an element. And in this one, there is a Darkling, and he's kind of like the head guy in charge. He's not the king, he's not the queen, but he's kind of like super powerful. And but this land that exists has this place called the Fold, and I'm going to show you a picture. So this is the world, and this is the Fold right here. And so the Fold has these creatures in it that only can survive in this Fold because it's completely dark, it's completely black net. And so for the country, they actually have to travel through this Fold because they need to come here to their port, so that way they can get food and trade and all of that kind of stuff. So it's actually really destroying their world. So what they do is they recruit a bunch of people to make this passage if you're in the army across the Fold, and a lot of people die because these crazy skeletal flying creatures come and eat them. So there's this one girl, and it's she has this power to summon light, which is a game changer, because if you can summon light, you can get through the Fold without hitting these horrible creatures. So I'm going to read just a part that I loved. So if you read this book, I really suggest it. You have to make it through the 3rd chapter before you really start loving it, because the author takes a little bit while to set up this whole new world. So it's kind of important to make sure that you give it some time. I'm just going to read my part that I really love. Mail! I was by his side in an instant, my hands pressing down in his chest in a desperate attempt to stop the bleeding. Mal! I sobbed, the tears streaming down my cheeks. The air was thick with the smell of blood and gunpowder. All around us, I heard rifle fire, people weeping, and the obscene sound of something feeding. The flames of the Grisha were growing weaker, more sporadic. And worst of all, I realized the skiff that had stopped moving. This is it, I thought, hopelessly. I bent over Mal, keeping pressure on the womb. His breath was laboring. "They're coming," he gasped. I looked up and saw, in the feeble, fading glow of Grisha fire, 2 Velcra swooping down upon us. Velcra are those skeletal flying creatures. I huddled over Mal's body, shielding his body with mine. I knew it was futile, but it was all I could offer. I smelled the stench of Velcra. I felt the air gusting from their wings. I pressed my forehead to Mel's and heard him whisper, "I'll meet you in the meadow." Something inside me gave way, in a fury, in hopelessness, in the certainty of my own death. I felt Mel's blood beneath my palms, saw the pain in his beloved face. A Velcra screeched in triumph as its talons sank into my shoulder. Pain shot through my body, and the world went white. I closed my eyes as a sudden, pierced flood of light exploded across my vision. It seemed to fill my head, blinding me, drowning me from somewhere above. I heard a horrible shriek. I felt the Velcro's claws loosen their grip, felt the thud as I fell forward, and my head connected with the deck, and then I felt nothing at all. Again, I love this book. If you like fantasy books, if you like different worlds, magic, and things like that, so give it a try. I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, Huskies, have a great day.